Howdy, howdy, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's doing well. Let's take a look at what's going on in conspiracy world today. Let's get right into it.
When all this started rolling out last year, when we started doing this show, we said, wow, we're going to look back and go, this is the beginning. You're going to look back in 10 years ago. This was the year where it started getting real weird.
Yeah.
The UAP. Now, dude, we're at a whole nother level. Remember back then, we're like, oh, they're going to fall off and not tell us anything, and there's not going to be anything that's happening.
You know,
everybody's going to go back to sleep.
Do you know what's funny?
That's not the case at all.
When we actually first started all this, we were like jazzed just because of the fact of how on board people were with the thought of like cryptids and Sasquatch and this and that. And UFOs and aliens and stuff was still like a very...
It's our shared interest from when we were kids.
It is, but what I'm saying is, for a lot of years as water cooler talk at work for me, do you know how many people would take you seriously if you said you thought there were UFOs or aliens? Not kidding.
Oh, no.
You know how many people are like,
nobody.
Oh, okay, yeah, UFOs and aliens.
I get laughed out of the building.
And you're like, okay, well, I've been talking about this for a decent 3 decades.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's not... To me, I'm like, okay, now the only problem is I don't know if it's actually what we've surmised the whole time. Is it actually there UFOs, aliens that are showing up? Or is this, again, is this us and we're baiting ourselves into the whole X-Files, Project Bluebeam, get everybody on board with it? I'm not trying to stoke that fire. I'm just saying that's a real thought, too, of like, if we can project all of this, you know, tomfoolery, if we can allow this to happen again, I think it's kind of like this H.G. Wells War of the Worlds, messing with people instead of a radio program. It's real. Like, they're doing
it's half truths.
It's a Milgram's experiment to a degree, maybe.
Total psyop.
Yeah,
it's mixed in with a bunch of horse shit.
I have mixed feelings about all this. I mean, I haven't really actually ever seen anything defiantly I could say is, alien or whatever. I've seen some strange lights in the sky, ain't no doubt about that, just like anyone has. But I'm still on the fence, It's, seeing, believing, or believing is seeing. Which one is it? What do you think? Comment below and let us know.
There was a theory though, in the show itself.
Okay.
Because the guy said a theory. He said, what if this whole system, this whole dating system was made in a way that it puts us in terrible, terrible relationships, just so that you can get like so tired out by all these other people giving you the final chosen one, but the final chosen one is somebody you compromise for because you're just so sick of going through other relationships. And then that's fucked, because if you take it in, some people are like that in real life.
Yeah.
Some people are like that in real life.
Some people just stay because they don't think that they're gonna get another one.
Exactly.
Which is scary.
Exactly.
Oh.
So if you deep it that way, man.
But wouldn't the data like put that into like, oh, that's false because the data says blah blah blah? See, it's like what could you really go off of? Data or feeling? Is like, that's where I think where it contradicts the theory.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live my life through by the book.
By the book. Yeah, never by the book. No.
Never by the book. Man.
Well, I mean, it's a legitimate, theory, I guess. I mean, how many dates if you go on dating sites and all that and everything, how many dates you go on that does it work out, and then when you finally find someone you can actually tolerate, do you settle for them? Or I don't know. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Comment below.
Quick question. You know how during the election it was said that Kamala, whatever her name is, do y'all like that she basically spent like $1 billion or whatever? I don't remember the exact amount, so don't come at me for it, but she had spent all that money on the election or whatever, paying people out to vote for her and get people to vote for her. So do you really think that that's where that money went? Or do you guys maybe think of it from my perspective to where she didn't spend all that money? She put that money in different places to have because she knew she was going to lose. So now that Trump is in office, she basically has that money put in different places and she's using it, and she's going to make some of these things happen while he's in office to make it look like he's causing all these things to happen. I love conspiracy theories just because I like looking at it from a different perspective, but I also don't like them because I feel like they could be very far-fetched sometimes. But the world and the time that we live in now, I wouldn't put anything past anybody. But I was laying in bed the other night and I was thinking about that. I was like, I feel like that maybe she put money in different places to make it look like she paid all these people off, when really maybe they were a holding place for her money, so that way she can use that money to pay for things to happen while he's in office, so that way it'll look like, see what's happening since he's in here, like. And I know that I'm probably fixing to get chastised for this, and I don't mean this, but I'm saying, what if that helicopter maybe was not a helicopter and it was a drone, and that was her drone that she did? Like, I'm not saying that that's really happening. I'm just saying, like, what if that's a possibility?
Well, I'm not agreeing with her per se. I mean, she has a good theory, but personally, I just think a lot of that money just got pocketed and needlessly spent. It just wastefully spent. And I mean, that's a lot of money to lose a campaign. But I mean, as far as, it being tucked back to cause chaos during Trump's presidency, I don't know. That's a stretch. But what do you think about it? Comment below. Let us know.
The Simpsons predict no electricity in the United States on February 11th. It started as a normal night in Springfield. Then, at exactly midnight, everything shut down. No warning, no flickering lights, just pure darkness. Lisa knew something wasn't right. Earlier that day, she had snuck into a restricted section of the Springfield Government Records Building. They're buried under layers of classified files. She found a document labeled Operation Eclipse, February 11th. It mentioned something about EMP detonation protocol and foreign threat containment. Was this a cyber attack, a government test, or something worse? Meanwhile, Bart had noticed something strange before the blackout. He was browsing the dark web looking for pranks when a bizarre message flashed across his screen. System override, protocol shut down, February 11th. Then a countdown began. Right before the final second, his computer died. At the same time, Homer received an unexpected phone call. The caller ID read, "Unknown, high priority." When he answered, a deep voice whispered, "Homer Simpson, you need to get your family underground now." Then silence. The power went out instantly. Outside, chaos erupted. Planes were grounded. Banks locked down. Grocery stores turned into battlegrounds. Even the nuclear warning system in Springfield blinked erratically before shutting off. And then the sky changed. Lisa looked up and saw something massive, a shape hovering in the clouds. Were these military drones? Or was this something not from this world? The government refused to explain. People whispered about a possible alien invasion. Others feared a secret nuclear attack.
The Simpsons has a better track record than Nostradamus. Maybe the Simpsons are time travelers. Who knows? Maybe they know something that we don't. Maybe they're trying to tell us something. Be prepared. It's just a few days away. What is today? Today is what? Today's the 3rd. We got 8 days, guys. Get prepared.
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore. In the past 4 days, right, there have been 3 major aviation mishaps that have killed dozens of people across the U.S. The first one was the F-35 jet in Alaska that crashed. And by the way, that's an $80 million aircraft that had a mishap midair, causing the pilot to eject. Thankfully, the pilot is okay. He sustained minor injuries, but that aircraft is completely destroyed. It's gone. Next, you have the American Airlines passenger jet with people on board taking off, right, on a normal day, collide with an Army Black Hawk helicopter, killing dozens of people just a few days ago. And then yesterday in Philadelphia, you have the medical airline jet that fell out of the sky, killing everybody on board, which is just crazy because this has all happened in the past 96 hours. Jets, military Black Hawk with a commercial airliner and a medical jet that have all just killed numerous people. And it's crazy to think. Like, I'm not saying something's going on, but just one after another just makes you think, like, damn, is aircraft safe these days?
My condolences to all those that lost and all those affected, and all these crashes and incidents that's been going on. It does seem strange. It just, one right after another, day after day here in the last few days. It's just very strange times. Who knows?
These are the things we should really be interested in. Why did NASA stop exploring the ocean, and why are they trying to find a way to get us off this planet? My theory, there was something down there that's been here way longer than us, possibly where all these UFOs are coming from. We should also be more interested in the pyramids. To this day, we really don't know how they were built. We're talking millions of stones weighing tons and tons and tons, moved from one area to another. We can only guess, as of now, how they were built. Why does this sign in front of the woods say enter at your own risk? If I had to take a guess, there's something in those woods that is unexplained and not too friendly. And the multiverse, millions and billions and trillions of copies of us doing the exact same thing or something completely different. There's a real possibility that you are the ruler of a universe in another multiverse. And where do ghosts fit into all of this? If ghosts are real, does that mean God's real? There's been stories of ghosts for thousands of years and no one can explain it. And please don't get me started on the back rooms. Anyways, thanks for watching, y'all. New YouTube video out. Stay weird.
As far as time travel, I don't think time travel is possible. But it's hard to say what all type of creatures has roamed this earth. What type of creatures is going to roam this earth in the future? I mean, it's not beyond the pale that, what he's referring to is a possibility. I mean, it's hard to say. If there's places that hasn't been touched by man as we know it today. I mean, it's hard to say what's lurking beneath the waters and the ground. I mean, stuff's getting discovered every day. Only the future will tell.
January 28th, an Air Force fighter jet crashes in Alaska. January 29th, a Black Hawk helicopter collides with an American Airlines flight in DC. January 30th, a small aircraft crash in Vero Beach, Florida. January 31st, a medevac flight crashes into the Roosevelt Mall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. February 1st, a plane hits a plane tug on its way to take off in Chicago, Illinois. February 1st, a small craft crashes in Ennis, Texas. It cannot just be me, but I am terrified to fly right now, and I have to fly out on Thursday. And for all of you guys in my comment section talking about, oh, this is normal, this happens. No, it doesn't. And you want to know how I know it doesn't? Because last month in December, I covered all the aviation accidents that were happening. December was the deadliest month in aviation in over a decade. And by the way, all of this information is public. You can go directly on the FAA website and you can find all of the plane incidents. I didn't even report every single one of them. There were other planes that didn't crash, but they had to be deplaned. The passengers had to be deplaned because of fires or electrical smells or something. So is air travel just like no longer safe, or is there something more that's happening? Because it does not add up. It does not make sense. We've had more flight incursions in the past week than we have had in previous months combined in 2024. This is my opinion, but there is something more going on.
As previously stated, we're definitely in some strange times, and it's strange coincidences been going on the last few days. 2025 has started out to be a strange and eventful year. So hopefully it's, nobody else, loses their lives. I mean, it's sad, but it happens. All right, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you being here. If you made it this far, hopefully you'll consider hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and share the video with your friends and family. Y'all take care of yourself.